Everything all good to go now. So the Pimax live stream, the Pimax Frontier ended up going live a little bit earlier than I had expected. I ended up jumping into a meeting, so I was unfortunately late, which is unfortunate. As of right now, there's nobody watching, so I think I'm talking to myself right now. But you know what? I said I would do a live stream checking out the Pimax Frontier, seeing what they announced. I've done my best to not... I have a light that's way too bright over here. Hold on. I've done my absolute best to not reveal anything to myself because I wanted to see the Pimax, what gets announced myself. The only thing that I am currently aware of, that light's still too bright, the only thing that I'm currently aware of is that Pimax did supposedly launch a headset. That's what I've gathered. So we're going to go back. Like I said, I did say I would still do a live stream. I said I would come back later on. I just ended up being much later than what I meant to be. So we're going to go ahead. Let me switch on over here to desktop, and we can have a look because they have now they've now officially done their event after whatever mishap they had earlier. So let's go ahead. I want to have a look at this. I want to see what's going on. By the way, I see there's one person in chat. If my audio is not working correctly, just let me know. I'll be watching out for that. So let's go ahead and have a look at this. This is an hour and 8 minutes long, and that is muted. Hold on. There we go. So we should be all good to go. I'll just go and let this run. I think it starts after about 15 seconds, something like that. Let's fast forward here a little bit. Here we go. About 30 seconds.
Hey guys, I'm Emma Dumont. Some of you might know me from my role as Polaris, Magneto's daughter, on the Marvel television show The Gifted. What I really love is keeping up to date on new cutting-edge technology, especially in the world of VR. I think it's super exciting, especially in a time where technology is advancing exponentially. We've never, had a period of human existence quite like this one, and I think it's so cool and awesome to see where we're headed. I've worked on productions that have sci-fi aspects
Hello,
to them,
Lixion.
supernatural pieces,
How are you doing?
even fantasy elements, and because of that, I know firsthand what that immersive experience of VR can do for us, how it can really change our lives, and really how awesome it is.
I realize I'm a bit late, but I said I would do a
Pimax
live stream
was obviously a pioneer
on
developing
this.
VR hardware.
On the Pimax event. So I am back and I'm doing it.
This technology, and I'm really excited.
And we'll see
I invite you guys to
what
come
happens.
and join me in the Pimax Frontier. I'm sure they're going to share all their coolest, latest and greatest technology and hardware with us, and I'm really excited. I just can't wait. I love VR, and I think it's the future. That sounds cheesy, but it's true. Anyway,
I agree.
guys. Let's go on this
VR
journey
is definitely the
to
future. I agree
literally
there.
no one has ever gone before. Let's do it.
Pimax Frontier. You're welcome, Mind Expander. I always enjoy hearing when people gain something out of any of my videos. What is this? Thank you, Casa. I said I would be back. I'm a little bit later than I expected to be, but I did come back, and we're still going to see what ends up happening. I was in a meeting, unfortunately, so I got out of the meeting, and I was like, oh, dang it, they already fixed their issues. Seems a little bit dramatic. Is this a game or something? What is this? Also, why does it keep stopping? Is that the stream or? You've not seen new. Prepare to have your mind blown. I've heard that it's a headset. I started seeing leaks come out when they started having those issues. So all I know is that it is a headset. I didn't want to find out anything beyond that point because I wanted to wait for this video before I saw anything. So I haven't seen anything yet.
Agricultural, industrial, even digital age are paths of our past.
Is it a Quest competitor by chance?
Question: what lies ahead of us in the black void beyond? Until now, our mission has been that of necessities production, improving material comfort and optimization of interstellar communications. But now, a new probe. We are going where no one has gone before.
Dude, they're getting me all hyped for this. This better be good. Especially after that delay. That delay actually kind of upset me. I'm not gonna lie.
Hello, everyone. My name is Robin Wang, and I'm virtual reality enthusiast. Welcome to Pimax Frontier. It makes our very first Pimax Frontier.
Yes
where
and no.
we will
Okay.
show you the latest and the
Is this stuttering from when they did it, or is this just something I'm having?
update.
It's frozen now like 3 or 4 times.
Amazing things happen, and I promise you, we'll keep them coming today.
Yes and no. Okay, I'm
Now,
intrigued.
I'm going to pass over to Joshua, and he will tell you more about the future. of
Lixion,
VR.
you've gotten my attention.
Good morning, I'm Joshua. I hope you've enjoyed our little tribute to Star Trek. Here at Pimax, most of us are Trekkies. I'm a huge fan of science fiction, be it books, movies, games, or anything sci-fi, really.
Heck
Now,
yeah.
there are two really great things about sci-fi. The imagination that takes us to the most incredible, spectacular places and times, and the determination that one day these things will become reality. These two ideas hold much more value than most people realize, especially
Put
when
the
you
video bit
consider
louder? Yeah.
our present day with an ongoing pandemic that's affected countless
Is that a little
people.
bit better?
It's more important than ever for us to have hopes and dreams. So ask yourself, what is the last time you could go wherever you want, do anything, or be anything you wish?
Makes sound no.
Some tough questions, yeah?
Mind to expand. Have you not seen it yet
We got
either?
you covered. Pimax is a virtual
Hoping it'll be
reality
good.
company, and there's nothing stopping us from reaching for the impossible, and that's exactly what we're doing. Today, we're going to be talking about some boundary-breaking VR technologies that we are bringing to the market. And we're going beyond what we used to think of as VR. In fact, we plan to establish boundaries that redefine how everyone thinks of VR. So are you ready to jump on board with us? I am super excited and can't wait to show you what we've got for you today. But before we get to that, let's go back in time for a bit. Let's see what's been achieved in VR up to the present day. In 1935, Stanley G. Weinbaum first described the concept of virtual reality in his science fiction tale, Pygmalion Spectacles. 27 years later, in 1962, an American photographer named Morton Heilig invented the world's first VR device. In 1968, another American computer scientist named Ivan Sutherland invented a pair of VR glasses which are strangely similar to modern VR devices. Moving to 1995, the world saw the first fad for VR glasses. Many companies strive to be the first to launch VR glasses, such as the famous and infamous Nintendo Virtual
The Virtual Boy.
Fast forward to
Never tried it. Don't know if I ever want to.
Palmer Luckey founded Oculus and launched Kickstarter campaigns
Heck yeah.
that went viral. They launched the original DK, which is the developer kit for the Oculus Rift VR headset, and the rest is history. DK was probably the most important milestone for the creation of modern VR. We believe the DK and many early headsets that followed constitute what we call the first generation VR, or VR 1.0. During the VR 1.0 era, we at Pimax launched our first headset, the Pimax 4K. It featured a resolution of 1920 by 2160 pixels per eye and 110 degrees of horizontal field of view and 90 degrees of vertical field of view. Our high definition quality was widely praised. Since then, we focused on resolutions and field of view in our subsequent headset releases. In September 2017, we launched the Pimax 8K on Kickstarter as a crowdfunding project.
I think the Pimax
It was the world's
8K is
first
something everybody
8K
knows
VR
about.
headset.
Just to
The specs
see
we
where
had on the
I'm
Pimax
from.
8K
Yeah, nice.
essentially brought us to the VR 2.0 era. It included an ultra-wide field of view, high refresh rates, low latency, and offered a greatly reduced screen door effect, or SDE. The Pimax 8K release in many ways was years ahead of any other VR headsets. And most importantly, people loved it. Within 45 days, we were able to raise over $4.23 million, and it took the crown for the most funded VR project in history. So
Hope it's
we
gonna be
must
something we can
offer a
afford.
really big thank you
I really
to
want
all
to see the price.
5,946 backers.
I already
who
know the
made it
price is
possible.
probably not going to be anything.
You made Pimax possible.
I know it's probably going to be
Thank
pretty pricey, isn't it?
Of course, we didn't stop there. We released the Pimax 8KX back
If
in
it's good,
2020.
I think the price will
Our
be worth
latest
it.
headset iteration is still the best consumer-grade VR headset that money can buy. In that time, we've also delivered both the 5K and Artisan Series headsets. And we are so proud that we enabled a lot of people to try VR for the very first time. We are just happy to know that Pimax was able to make the journey alongside you. You know, Pimax users have a common name.
How many organs?
Pimaxians. Now let's hear from some Pimaxians about our products and their VR stories. It's our great hope that you share the same enthusiasm and feelings for VR right along with them.
Pimaxians. Is that what they call people who use Pimax headsets?
I've been using
I like
VR
that name.
headset for many years now.
My first VR headset was a Pimax 8K, which I received back in February 2019.
Lexian. Is
I'm
the
using
price that
my
bad?
VR headset since 2018.
I've been using the Pimax every day.
My VR headset, which is a Pimax 8K Plus.
Pimax Vision 8KX, not final 8KX unit from CES and Roadshow.
Well, at the end, I can say I think the 8KX is a very great experience for me, for the tech we have now.
Well, I
keeps
use
freezing.
VR
I can't
to
tell
make
if it's because
things
of,
I can't do in real life.
From when they did the
I'm
stream,
using
or
this
if it's
headset as an
my
engineer
computer.
for preparing myself and my racing drivers for the next racing event in Germany. That I'm using my headset from Pimax, the Vision 8KX, very frequently.
Typical
2,000
Pimax.
hours in virtual reality headsets, flight sim.
I didn't realize this was a
in
thing,
DCS
Pimaxians.
World, CAD modeling.
I like the name though. It's I like the name.
Resulted in a much more optimum wiring layout than would have been possible otherwise. High-end PC VR.
I feel like we need to come up for a name for people who
As a racing driver,
are hardcore
you need to
Oculus
focus
headset
on
fans.
little things on track, which is more clearly the higher the resolution
No,
is.
that doesn't sound right.
Definitely
Hold on.
having a wireless module without losing image quality is very important to me.
So do I want to get rid of that cable? Yes. It has to make me feel like I'm there as much as possible.
Very good for what it can do, but
Everything
like most
plays into
Pimax
that.
headsets, it's not
the
cheap.
sound, the audio has to be good, the image quality.
Set me
has
with the
to
price.
be
I want to see the
convincing
price.
or good enough.
There is no doubt that a wireless headset enables a real sense of freedom. I don't want to sacrifice image quality though, and then there's also the battery life issue.
Getting that solved will already solve a lot of things, and then all you need is space, spherical lenses, and so on, and we'll have the #1 HMD.
Froze again there.
Wonderful. You know, it feels so good to see these lovely people with their smiling faces. We definitely hear you. Honestly, you might be surprised by what we have in store for you today, just a bit later in this event. But now, let's talk about something really important. Let's take a look at this book, Snow Crash.
This feels
by
like a
Neil
lot of
Stephenson
unnecessary
in
fluff so far.
1992. He founded the very concept of the metaverse. Now, you might have heard about the metaverse because it's become a buzzword these days. But seriously, what is the metaverse? Is that the metaverse? Well, actually, you might be onto something.
We didn't even see what
Let
he's
me
talking
explain.
about. Oh,
When I was a kid, one of my dreams was to have one of these, a teepee. It was my dream that I could have one of these because I could get inside of it and I could hide away and get away from anything I didn't like outside. I just really wanted to have a quiet place to dream, kind of like a little fantasy. I could go in there, I could be a superhero, I could be a wizard or a warlock, I could save the world. Fortunately, my parents bought me one day. It was the best present I ever got. And you see, it was right under that tiny little roof that I was actually living in my head in a fantasy as if it was real. I was mesmerized by my own imagination. Well, it turns out that I'm not the only kid who thought like that. I'm sure a lot of you did too. Now, if millions of us who thought like this, and we had our own little teepees, somehow connected
Giving
with
us
each
TP,
other,
not the price.
and
Dude, I just want them to talk about the
fantasy worlds
headset.
became merged,
I
and
get
an
where they're
entire
going with all
magical
this, you
universe
know.
was
They're
created.
trying to get us all engaged
We
in,
wouldn't be
in
alone anymore.
why they built this
We could
headset and
play with
everything,
each other in
but
an
come on.
immersive, imaginary space.
Unless this
What's
headset's
even
gonna be like some
Now we
kind of
don't have to just
metaverse
imagine it inside
related
our
thing.
heads like we did when we were kids. In the metaverse, our imagination becomes real in our VR headset. So in short, the metaverse is another reality. It's a world as rich as our real one, but it transcends all limitations. It is something
TP love.
extraordinary that humans have created. It allows us as beings to coexist in another world together. We are actually going
They have me
to
convinced. I'm
another
gonna go get a
dimension
TP now
into
after
the
this.
metaverse. And that's what the metaverse is all about. The metaverse is happening, and it's just around the corner. So how do we make it into the metaverse? We
TP
believe
unreal.
that only a VR 3.0 device can get you there. Today, we want to set the standards for what makes a VR 3.0 device, so you can be one of the first people to make it to the metaverse. Remember, we're approaching the frontiers of the world we recognize. We're breaking the boundaries. Pimax is preparing for the metaverse every step of the way. Here they are. I
Hope so,
present
like
to
that. I
you
hope so.
the 3 traits of a VR device it must
Naturalness,
bring to its
self-awareness, and
users
freedom.
in order to bring about the metaverse.
Okay.
Number 1, naturalness. 2, self-awareness. And 3, freedom. Let's dive in. First, let's tackle naturalness. What this means is you are so visually immersed in your VR environment that your brain is constantly fooled into thinking
This
you're
is cat
actually
cringe.
present
I
in
agree.
another world.
However, I
We
will
didn't
say
have the
this is a
technology
great
until
way to
very recently.
to like
But now we
introduce
do.
new people to VR. I
Second,
think.
self-awareness. In the short term, it means that you're
Like especially if
enabled
they're
to feel more
like especially
yourself in
if
VR,
they want to build
thanks
like their
to
own VR
various
headset or
sorts of
something.
tracking technologies. Head, eyes,
Like this
face,
feels like something you
hands,
should be showing in a
fingers,
classroom or
even your
something
whole
like
body.
that.
More of your actions can now be captured and then seen in VR, so that you can recognize yourself more.
Like we're
You
getting
now
a
become
crash
truly
course on the
self-aware
history of
with your
VR, what the
headset.
metaverse is,
And if you think about that
and
for a moment,
what we
not
need for
only
VR
would you be more
3.0.
like yourself, so would other people. All interactions in VR suddenly involve eye contact, micro expressions, hand and body gestures. These are all visual signs that account for 55% of how we communicate in the real world. So relationships in VR simply become closer to our hearts. You're able to connect at a deeper level. Last but not least,
Feels
freedom.
like I'm at job training. Yeah.
Freedom for VR 3.0 means to be given the options to choose how you wish to enjoy VR, but without having to make any compromises. Whether you wish to access VR via wireless or tethered, inside out or outside in, PC VR or standalone, the experience should be consistent and satisfying. Many features that you wish for VR now come within your reach in VR 3.0. To have freedom means to have possibilities. It's what allows us to think the impossible, discover the undiscovered, and take actions on where we wish to change VR. Freedom is essential for VR 3.0 because it opens the path for the future.
I could agree with that.
So naturalness, self-awareness, and freedom are the 3 indispensable traits that we feel a VR 3.0 device must offer to achieve a consistent, convincing reality. These traits have also become the very standards that we've set for ourselves when we're working on the next generation of products. That brings us to the present day. Today, we are defining VR devices for VR 3.0, and we are thrilled to introduce to you the next generation of Pimax headsets.
All right,
our
let's
new
see it.
reality series. Beyond our previous Vision series, the new
Reality
Reality
series.
series are
Okay.
by far the most powerful, stunning, and boundary-breaking VR headsets that we've ever built. It is going to be the defining product for the industry, and it'll be the key for people to really enter the metaverse for the very first time. That's why we put naturalness,
some bold
self-awareness, and
claims.
freedom at the core of our development efforts. First, let's talk about optics. Optical design plays a major role in achieving a high level
week
of
of announcements.
naturalness
Oh yeah,
for the
definitely a
world
hot.
you see in
Well,
VR
at least from what I've heard, I haven't
First
seen this yet,
challenge is the
so
field of view.
we're a couple of
wide
us are
field
watching
of
this
view
for the
has
first
always
time.
been one of the most popular features of our products, but we've never slowed down our development efforts to achieve the ultimate optical clarity at the same very wide field of view. These two graphs show the extent of the observable world that's seen by the human eyes. It combines a horizontal field of view of 220 degrees and a vertical one of about 135 degrees. Pimax is marching towards one goal.
Dude, I'd love it if it has to like run on a 3000 series car. Something nobody has been able to
How
get.
can this be achieved just with some updated optics? The mainstream solution in the industry for VR lenses is to use either a Fresnel lens or an aspherical lens.
That would
Each of
feel
them
like the
has its
biggest
pros and
punch to the
cons,
gut right now, I
but each
think.
one has different compromises on image quality, glare, God rays, size, weight, other considerations. How exactly do you choose between a Fresnel and an aspheric lens? The answer is, you don't have to. We say Pimaxians deserve both. Here at Pimax, we don't stand for compromises. We wanted an all-around optical solution that delivers a naturalness as similar to the human eye as possible, and that's what inspired us to make this giant leap forward. We present to you our newest, most advanced, and innovative optical design, the Bionic Lens system.
Okay.
This is a game changer, and it's been made possible by our amazing optics engineering team. We've come a long way in creating the most uncompromising lens possible. Over the past 4 years, our optics team has poured hundreds and thousands of working hours into designing and remodeling
keeps
countless
freezing.
lenses. In the end, we created the Bionic Lens. With the Bionic Lens, the Reality series just made a huge leap forward. This includes an ultra-wide field of view of 200 degrees, only 20 degrees less than the human eye. And it has a vertical field of view that covers the entirety of human vertical vision. But we're not done yet.
That sounds impressive.
Reality series also makes a huge leap forward when it comes to binocular vision, which is the basis for stereopsis and fundamental to depth perception. It's now covering the full 118 degrees of your binocular vision, only 2 degrees less than the average binocular vision of 120 degrees. We're getting as close as possible to human eyes. This dramatically increases the overlap in the center of your vision that bothers some of our users. Everything just becomes more three-dimensional, as your eyes receive more depth information thanks to the enlargement of the effective binocular vision. The Bionic Lens system utilizes an unprecedented compound lens design. We managed to put together a Fresnel lens and an aspheric lens, and we carefully tweaked them to make up for each other's deficiencies. Thanks to the extraordinary compound design, not only can we deliver a wider field of view and better binocular vision, but we can also make sure it has excellent image quality with minimal amounts of glare, imperceptible God rays, and a huge sweet spot for your eyes. And most of all, our optical engineering team did a great job with the thickness and weight, so you can be fully immersed in a great VR experience and content for a much longer time without tiring out. But what effect does all this have on distortion? Of course, with an ultra-wide field of view, the distortion effect is almost inevitable due to the effects of physics. However, we said almost. The Reality series now has zero distortion effect across your entire field of view while fully maintaining your binocular vision. Our new in-house anti-distortion algorithm is now baked into our image processing system. All these changes add up to VR 3.0 users being able to say farewell to distortion effects. There's another thing we have to talk about related to the optics, though. We are incorporating built-in automatic interpupillary distance adjustment, auto IPD, to the Reality series. Thanks to a new eye tracking system and a redesigned structure around the lens, we can now support an increased IPD range from 57 to 72 millimeters. Let's talk about another aspect of how we're achieving naturalness. Let's talk about our display. Ever since Pimax was founded, we've been pushing the boundaries of display technology for VR with innovation after innovation. No other VR headset could deliver stunning, detailed visuals like ours that really place you into so many incredible virtual worlds. We're absolutely serious about deploying the best display possible for VR. Here we are introducing the second-gen CLPL Pimax Customized Low Persistence Liquid Display. First, let's see how it does on resolution. Check out this graph. We started with our first headset, a combined resolution of 4K on the Pimax 4K, then an 8K on the Pimax 8KX. It has, with two eyes combined, an incredible 8K resolution composed of almost 50 million subpixels. But today, we're making another leap forward beyond our existing lead position. Now, the combined resolution for the new reality series is 12K. That is a whopping 120 million subpixels, almost 2.4 times the 8KX and 4.8 times the leading competition. And let's not forget about the PPI, pixels per inch. It's a measurement of pixel density which directly affects your viewing experience. We've achieved 1,200 PPI for the reality series, which is another dramatic increase over our existing flagship, the 8KX. With such an amazing resolution and PPI, we're absolutely proud to say the screen door effect on the reality series is solved.
Has that high of a
It's
PPI?
gone. We can't wait for you to try it yourself. Now,
I may be wrong.
You may be wondering, what type of display panel can drive such a mind-blowing image? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because if you're a VR enthusiast, you should be aware that there are two types of display panels used in VR
Dude, 12K
headsets
seems
these
like a
days.
huge
LCD
overkill.
and
I'm not gonna lie.
While you may have your own preferences, the status quo is that both LCD and OLED have compromises. For example, OLEDs offer a much more vibrant color than LCD, but LCDs provide much better PPI, resolution, and refresh rates.
It's true.
We also heard from those of you who really enjoy space and horror games in VR that you think LCD doesn't provide the deepest dark colors and blacks for you to be fully immersed. You want OLED, which does this job perfectly. But soon, you'll be confronted with people who can't stand the grainy image of OLED. LCD simply provides a more satisfying viewing experience overall. So the question becomes, LCD or OLED? Choosing between LCD and
Let
OLED
me guess,
is just
they
like choosing
chose
between
something
a
else
Fresnel
entirely.
and a spheric lens. You pick one, and you lose the other. You made up your mind yet? I can tell you, the industry is releasing some slightly improved LCD panels for the upcoming headsets, but we said no. Who wants to choose? We don't want you to have to choose either. You are a Pimaxian, and as a Pimaxian,
I still like that word, Pimaxian.
Introducing the next generation QLED and mini LED technology. Q in QLED stands for quantum dots that are contained in a film on top of the display. QLED covers over 90% of the color range of BT 2020, which is the newest set of specifications for video broadcasting. OLED covers only 70% of that range.
Made something in between.
A layer of quantum dots.
You know what? I like that they make the effort to find some kind of
all these efforts just to give you the ultimate
I just forgot the word. Some kind of combined
every single one of these
mixture,
mini LEDs are self-luminous,
rather than choosing one or the other for every, which is what
with
every other
contrast
headset does
ratio
right now,
of
right?
1,000,000 to 1. The mini LEDs also have a much faster response time, much higher energy efficiency, and most of all, this array reaches a combined 12K horizontal resolution. We are the world's first company to adopt and actually implement mini LEDs on a VR headset. It was an enormous challenge, but we did it.
I think we have a lot of firsts here.
That's how many mini LEDs that we managed to squeeze into a 5.5-inch display. The density is absolutely impressive. And finally, with our in-house HDR algorithm, everything on the screen, every beautiful virtual world that you come across just becomes that much more true to life, more natural than ever. With the reality series, you don't just see the display, you are in another world. Now, you've got to forgive us for keeping you waiting for so long. It's only now that we see it fit to unveil the name of our flagship model of the Reality series, the Pimax 12K QLED. The naming convention started with the two new technologies that we just explained, but we're far from finishing yet. Before we move on, I'd like to thank our partners at NVIDIA for their innovative technologies and incredible hardware. VRSS, DSC, DLSS, and Cloud XR. These are the very things
Man, they're giving us bits and pieces. They've only given us the name. They've told us a little bit about it.
12K QLED.
I think we got a very small picture of it at one point, the internals, when they were showing the...
Now let's talk about refresh rates. We all know for a lot of gamers, high refresh rates are a very big deal.
Oh, I'm curious now.
There are a lot of moving images in VR, so it's almost necessary that every motion is smooth and crisp.
Ipd Adjustment.
Animations therefore become much more fluid and natural. Here at Pimax, we've always acknowledged the importance of a high refresh rate for achieving naturalness. We've been a long-time advocate for introducing high refresh rates for VR.
Is that how much this headset costs?
We support a wide range of refresh rates up to 180 hertz with our current product lineups. And today, we'd like to promise you that this legacy gets carried on to the Reality series. We made it up to 200 hertz. And most of all,
I have a question though. If I recall, the last Pimax headsets had a drawback. You could choose either a high refresh rate or a high FOV.
Well, Pimax
is that going to be the same drawback on this headset?
I'd like for you to meet a special guest from our amazing and reliable partner at Tobii to tell you about their state-of-the-art eye tracking technology that you'll be seeing on our new Reality series.
I think that's something I'm going to have to look at. Because 200 hertz refresh rate is pretty impressive, but is it going to have that same drawback where you have to have a decreased FOV?
Tobii is the global leader of eye tracking technology. Eye tracking
is cheaper?
enables understanding where the user has their attention.
I was going to say 3,000. I don't know anybody's willing to buy this headset. I don't care how impressive it is.
PCs,
unless you got lots of money to blow.
And, of course, VR and AR. Our leading eye tracking technology has powered major VR enterprise headsets to bring the best performance to application usage, transform the user experience and empower companies and individuals to make informed decisions. It has become a fundamental technology in XR and is now highly desired in the market. When we now move VR into the consumer world where the user experience is paramount, Tobii will work with VR OEMs like Pimax, developers, content creators, and other ecosystem partners like Qualcomm and NVIDIA. With Tobii eye tracking, we bring attention to the metaverse, so that users can have truly embodied presence, stay comfortable in different worlds for long hours, and immerse themselves in the most natural way. To make all these experiences possible, users will also need a powerful device. That's where Tobii Spotlight technology for dynamic foveation can help. With dynamic foveation,
is it going to recognize where you're looking?
Enable headsets to confidently run heavy content without compromise. It helps increase and maintain high frame rates as well as reduce GPU shading load and battery consumption. We're looking forward to power Pimax new generation of devices with all these fantastic technologies. And we welcome developers and content creators to come up with more innovations with Tobii eye tracking solutions in Pimax headsets. Thank you for the attention.
Thank you.
It keeps freezing.
It's been an absolute pleasure working with Tobii. With all the exciting news about our boundary-breaking new technologies, now we'd like for you to put the technological aspects aside for a moment and consider this. Do you feel like yourself when you put on a VR headset? And what's a better way to feel that than looking into a mirror in the VR world? Now, the VR headsets of VR 2.0 support only a 6 DOF tracking of head and hand, but typically, they don't come with eye tracking, face tracking, or full body tracking. But
don't tell me it's going to have eye tracking, face tracking, full body.
55% of how we communicate with each other in the real world. They also play a critical role in helping you recognize yourself in VR. And we're happy to announce that Reality Series can now support all of these tracking methods. We have 4 cameras built in for the inside-out tracking
this is our first look at the headset.
in both of your hands. 2 cameras inside the headset for eye tracking, and another 2 for capturing the muscles around your eyes. Plus, a set of 3 more cameras at the bottom of your headset for capturing facial expressions and your full body. With all its tracking possibilities
Dude,
and
that's
capabilities,
impressive.
Reality Series is the most empowering VR headset we've ever built.
Dude, even full body
You
from
could
within
be
the headset?
just the same as the
Dude.
real you in VR.
I'm impressed.
Or you could start a second life in the metaverse. We can't wait to see what you choose to
Wait, they're not
become
using
with the
motion
Reality
controllers.
Series.
Hello, how are you doing? It was so long time. Nice to see you again.
I have a very nice idea. Do you think it would be good if we go there tomorrow? Yeah, exactly that place.
They had HP Reverb
We
D2.
also hope such powerful tracking technology
Reverb
in
too.
VR could make a difference on how to recreate bonding amongst people in this difficult time. We hope we could provide new ways to bring people together, friends, families, communities. We think you would all really love our Reality Series. Now, let's talk a bit about
I also
the
noticed there was
last
no
trait
wire.
needed for a VR 3.0 device.
And it looks like it's
Freedom.
inside out tracked.
What a beautiful word. And no doubt what any VR enthusiast wants, but not so much for the users of the current generation of VR headsets. Our mission for freedom starts very simple. We want to help you escape the cables, get out of a restricted play area, but without compromising the fidelity of your VR experience. Currently, there are two types of VR headsets on the market. One is called the PC
Dude, these
VR,
little stutters
which
are
performs
killing me.
rendering tasks directly on your PC, such as our 8KX. PC VR delivers an impressive image quality for a massive range of amazing games and applications.
Not on those
Playing
things,
PC
though.
VR
You sure?
alone feels great.
I thought there was no
but
wire on
you're
those
tethered
things.
by a data cable. On the other hand,
They'll show us
there are
another picture at some
standalone
point. We
VR
can double check
headsets.
that.
Graphically, these deliver a much less satisfying VR experience. Their greatest strength resides in its portable form. All computing units are
Yeah, as far as
built
I'm
into
aware,
the
I don't think
headset,
there's any
and as a
other
result,
headset that
it
has
is
full
just
body within,
extremely
like fully
convenient to
within the
play.
headset
You can
yet.
put it on anywhere. These also include inside-out tracking, which
Dude, that
allows
would be
you to
another first for
quickly
them.
set up anywhere you like, and you're unbounded by cables. We'll bring back an old meme to show you how we think people must feel about this choice these days. Here at Pimax, we're always interested to know and understand our users' feedback. Pimaxians are at the center of everything we do. We had countless discussions in the company on what paths to take for our future. As we're a group of people who are unwilling to settle or make compromises, many of us at Pimax were deeply concerned and were even a little bit hurt inside when we read about the vanishing of PC VR. We don't think the status quo builds a healthy environment for VR development. It's a state of division, of confrontation, and it brings no benefits to users or developers. So here we are again, having to decide between two technologies that each have benefits and drawbacks. We've seen
found
it
some
before
kind
with
of
the Fresnel
combination
or
again.
spheric lenses, LCD and OLED panels.
They
This
already
time
know
it's
we're
PC
waiting
VR or
for their
standalone.
next
Pimaxians don't deserve this.
for
Pimaxians deserve both. We go where no one
for
has
their
gone
combination here.
before. The Reality Series creates its own new genre of VR headset. It's not PC VR, and it's not a standalone. We call this new tech Omni All-in-One.
Omni All-in-One. Okay.
The Omni All-in-One form of the Reality Series revolutionizes how you use and think of your VR headsets. It's our answer to achieving freedom in VR 3.0. Our product and engineering team have been working tirelessly for years towards this goal so that you can be free to use the Reality Headset series however you choose. At the core of our effort is the new architecture. We call this Gemini. Gemini is an unprecedented innovative architecture for the industry. It features a dual-engine system composed of a Pimax custom PC VR engine and a standalone VR engine. Our PC VR engine is able to process native PC VR content from your graphics card in order to bring the ultimate VR experience. Our standalone engine is powered by the latest and most advanced XR2 chip from Qualcomm.
I heard about that.
And it includes phenomenal
I heard
portable
someone
power
mention
for an
that,
impressive and easy to set up
after it was
standalone
delayed.
VR experience.
This event.
It allows Pimax 12K
That was supposed
QLEDs
to use
to
an XR2
drive
chip.
more pixels in its standalone mode, and it's equipped with better AI processing and Wi-Fi performance. It's a truly phenomenal chip. We can't wait for our users to see its full potential. So now you understand what the Omni All-in-One means. It means you can enjoy PC VR content as well as standalone VR content using one single device. the Pimax Reality Series.
Sir,
It's
it's gonna
never
be
been like
limitation on
that
the
for
sand
any
one.
other VR headset.
That makes sense.
You've been waiting long enough to see the Pimax Reality 12K QLED, the flagship model of the Reality series. So here it is. Let's take a closer look together.
Finally. I like the design overall. It's pretty cool. Dude, no, it froze again. Okay. So they do have motion controllers. You were right there. Who was it? Casa? You said that? I wonder though if that's going to be optional. Swappable cushion, okay. I think that was the picture we saw earlier. What's that? Oh. That's small too. Dude, this is impressive. I like it. I like this headset.
The Reality series is designed for full wireless capability from the ground up. In order to ensure seamless wireless transmission from your PC, the Reality series supports Wi-Fi 6E for its standard wireless transfer technology. It's 2 generations ahead of the Wi-Fi protocol that we all use regularly. Wi-Fi 6E enjoys high bandwidth, low latency, and less signal interference. The wireless transmission quality and results are testing impeccably with the Reality series. For those who want to get the most out of their PC,
this is definitely so much better than the Quest 2. I'm still curious as to the price though.
For a native
I'm still curious as to the
transmission
price.
of PC data on the 60 gigahertz frequency. 60 gigahertz.
They're
is
gonna
the
hold off
best
until the
in
end though, aren't they?
class. Wireless
If they announce it at all
protocol.
in
It's much
this.
less congested than other common frequencies. This means that it allows for more data to pass through securely at once without a compromise. We are so proud of the Omni all-in-one form of the Reality series. That's why we've made this video to showcase how it feels to operate an Omni all-in-one.
Let's talk this. So I would like to see about getting a headset. I'd actually like to see about possibly even reviewing one here on the channel. I'm waiting until Oculus comes out because I want to see what it is they're going to announce as well. I want to see all the headsets that were getting announced. I think last week, this week, and then I think this is... I don't know if we have any more VR events coming up after this week. But But this one is definitely really impressive. I like this one. I like this one a lot. Omni all-in-one.
It feels like magic to use the 12K QLED in its Omni all-in-one form. And we have amazing news for those of you who do not have a high-end PC. We are going to offer a one-stop solution, the VR Station.
VRs. Okay.
The VR Station is going to be a portable powerhouse that delivers a plug-and-play VR experience. It'll be packed with powerful hardware that's hand-picked and well-tuned by our engineers. Think of it as a console dedicated to play VR exclusively with Pimax headsets.
I've always wondered why no company's ever done this.
For PC comes built into the VR
and they've
Station.
finally done it.
So it
This
transmits
is
data
amazing.
wirelessly to the reality series at the most optimal frequency of. You'll be able to store your personal library of VR games and applications inside of the VR
That is
Station,
impressive.
and you can take it with you and your headset anywhere you want to go. The Reality series also features a modular design. It's the very
What happened to the audio?
to give Pimaxians freedom to think, freedom to act, and freedom to utilize some of your favorite VR headset features as you see fit. The Reality series opens up countless possibilities with 3 USB Type-C on-headset ports that'll allow a wide variety of accessories to be attached at the same time. We see huge potential in this area, and we're calling upon our developer community members to make innovative modules that offer all sorts of uses. Last but not least, here's some of the additional important information about the Reality series that we thought you might want to know. First, the audio experience. A great audio experience is essential for the metaverse. We equipped the Reality series with triple noise canceling microphones that record the crisp and clean sound of your voice. And we also provide a deluxe speaker module if you want a most astonishing spatial audio experience. Our deluxe speakers are made in collaboration with Tectonic, and it's licensed by DTS.
Dude, it feels like
The
Pimax
Reality
is putting
series
any
includes a
other
new
VR headset
ergonomic
manufacturer
design. We went back to the drawing board for the exterior design of the Reality series.
like they're just
and put a lot of
overdoing
effort
every
into the new
other
design
VR headset
for the
manufacturer right now, it looks like.
Compared to the 8KX, the Reality series is narrower and 30%
What is this right here on the
smaller.
side? Is this
It
just
comes
meant to
with
be a
an
power button or
elegant
something?
and ergonomic headband. Unlike 8KX, the Omni all-in-one form of the Reality series utilizes an internal battery pack within the headset. We put a great deal of thought into balance and battery positioning to keep the ergonomics as comfortable as possible. The Reality series is the most ergonomic and comfortable headset that we've ever built. We can't wait for you to put it on. That's all about the Pimax 12K QLED, for now. But we have some other great news for you, and I'd like to pass it on to...
Price guess? Well, you already said that's cheaper than
Thanks,
3,000.
Joshua. I can't wait to try our newest Pimax 12K QLED.
You know what?
Now,
I feel
with
like
such an
because
amazing
it's supposed to be
VR headset,
modular, I feel
are
like
you
at the very
ready for
base
VR
model,
3.0?
it'd probably be looking
Are you
somewhere
ready to enter the
between 1 to
metaverse?
2,000.
Because we
That
should
would be my guess.
You
If
see
it's
how we
anything
work
below
with
1,000,
technology?
I'm gonna be really shocked.
How we're breaking boundaries and seeing some incredible hardware. The technology for VR 3.0 is ready. But what about the content? I'm here to share with you some development updates. What do
Was I
content
anywhere in the
developers
right
want
range? Is
for
it actually somewhere
VR
between 1 and
3.0?
2,000?
What standards do developers want to make for VR 3.0 content? What message are they trying to send to users in the era of VR 3.0? Let us hear their thoughts.
Hello and welcome from Aotearoa, New Zealand. My name is Simon Shadabora. I am the Chief Visionary Officer and founder of realityvirtual.co. I do believe in building the high-end product.
I feel like I have to
first
look up the
and
price
then
real
having
quick.
it
I have to see
settle
what the
down
price is.
from that
I don't think
point
I can wait anymore.
As technology progresses. You know, we need to be seeking the zenith.
Let's see here.
When it comes to VR, we really need to be showing
Spoiler.
our best hand.
So over 2,000. It is
The
more
next
than 2,000.
generation
Okay.
headsets really,
I guess I
in
can't
my
say I'm too
opinion, need to
surprised. Let me
emphasize
see here.
on such techniques as photometric rendering, eye tracking, obviously. This is going to aid us extensively to get a lot of these experiences running.
Not seeing it on their website,
which really allows us, quite frankly, to actually try on more bells and whistles. Obviously, ease of use, comfort, limiting as many cables as possible. It's quite clear where we need to go.
Doesn't look like they have it on their website.
One of the things I'm really excited about is
actually
actually getting HDR into VR. I want to have to
Oh,
squint
wait.
when I'm in my experiences. When I'm looking at the
It's
sun,
over 2,000.
I really want to have to close my eyes. It's extremely important to get that high dynamic range into these headsets. So when the next generation of OLED or micro LED comes to play, that lighting is everything. Lighting is so important in this realm. In many cases, more important than detail. It's the human trigger. It's really feeling like you're jumping in from the real world.
They have one more thing at the end, by the way. Okay.
Happening soon.
I'll be interested to see what they have at the end. See what's going on.
Cultural preservation, encapsulation. As I like to say, it's hard to find a well-traveled bigot. And so my personal
Dude, these
opinion
stutters
is
are
that
killing
the more we give to the world as a whole, the more we have a unified understanding of where we are at. And so that's a real passion thing for me.
iRacing is the leading sim racing game for your PC. Developed as a centralized racing and competition service, iRacing organizes, hosts, and officiates online racing on virtual tracks all around the world. In the fast-paced world of esports, iRacing is a one-stop shop for online racing. We utilize the latest technologies to recreate our ever-expanding lineup of famed race cars and tracks from the comfort of your home. From NASCAR to open wheel, rallycross, or dirt, we've got you covered.
Hi, my name is Greg Hill, and I'm the executive producer.
I was wondering if there was a point to that. I was like, are they just showing some game for
millimeter precise accuracy,
no reason?
high fidelity, and emerging. Now, how do you get the most immersive experience possible to enjoy iRacing? Well, it's important that you have three key ingredients. One is high frame rate. You don't want any delay between your inputs and what you see play out on the screen. Additionally, high fidelity. You want the crispest image possible. Resolution. You need to be able to see all of the details. Beyond that, field of view is critical. You need to be able to see the entirety of your surroundings so that you feel truly immersed. And the Pimax VR headsets are one of the most
release date sometime in October?
the iRacing simulation experience. At iRacing, we are
I'm now also
continuously
curious as to
improving
when
our
this
simulation
releases, too.
to stay up to current standards and modern hardware's capabilities. Recent
Or if it's
improvements
sometime
include
later on.
lighting changes to make the scenery look more
I think
realistic.
I think I may have heard a rumor
Higher
that was
fidelity
sometime in
race cars with higher
2022.
polygon counts and resolution, and new lighting techniques
I don't know if that was
for
correct,
our
though.
Trees and track scenery. We will continue to update these technologies to provide you with the most realistic experience and maximize your hardware at home now and in the future. Now, why does VR and the Pimax headset lend itself so well to iRacing? Well, in VR, you actually feel like you're strapped into the race car, racing side by side and wheel to wheel with your competitor as you're racing at 200 miles an hour down the straightaway. The Pimax headset provides you with the resolution, field of view, and frame rate to give you this experience in the best way possible.
Thank you. We believe the next generation of VR requires the world's best and most creative content
I
developers.
think late next year.
To collaborate with
That's what I had heard, sometime
to
late
find
next
the
year.
right answers, to explore the new avenues and set new standards. We set the standards for hardware, and we fully believe the content needs to fully adapted to the hardware from the start. Existing ecosystems cannot
2022,
meet
yeah.
our requirements for the next generation hardware. This requires
It's gonna be quite a long wait, but I think I could live with
from
that.
the early stages of production, so the hardware can maximize its potential and display the content developers' vision the way they intended. We must participate together as a team of VR enthusiasts for the future metaverse. It is well known Pimaxians have always accelerated the promotion of our hardware and establishment of optimized ecosystems. This is a survey of Pimaxians. Right at the top of the list, we see a high demand for quality, boundary-breaking VR content. We think this is not only the biggest obstacle for Pimaxians, but also for all potential VR users. Pimax has made new breakthroughs.
It's really incredible to build on. I agree. This is a really impressive headset so far.
VR content providers to improve the quality and immersive experience to achieve a sense of naturalness, self-awareness, and freedom in the VR.
To be honest though, I think it's going to be a few years before any of this becomes something we see normally in like headsets.
Tracking.
I don't think it's going to be something we're going to see in a lot of headsets for a while.
Hands, fingers, legs,
especially
and
if it is between 2,000 and 3,000. Indeed, VR is moving fast. Yes, it is.
Social metaverse. That level of simulation is required for full communication with others to create a VR world that actually feels real.
The human visual sense is the most demanding sense. It's the dominant sense, and it's the one that the hardware is still least able to provide comparable to native human senses for.
Well, hand tracking is a great thing. If you build up an entire cockpit, like the one you're actually driving in VR, you can use your hands to change settings while driving. And you can see your moving hand.
I still have mixed feelings about hand tracking, but to be honest, if this headset is half as impressive as it is, I think that they could do hand tracking very well.
And the real world.
Thank you for your feedback. Whether it is a developer or a user, everyone hopes that the content can be supported by diversified toolkits. For example, eye tracking and body tracking, so content can achieve better compatibility with hardware to fully realize each game's potential. Through repetition, practice, and transparency, we can identify the standards for content production in the VR 3.0 era. To this end, we will establish the Pimax Studio. We call on development teams, creative talents, and everyone with enthusiasm for the next generation of VR to cooperate with us. We can work together for our mutual dreams of fully realizing the VR 3.0 era as soon as possible. Our mission is to work with talented developers to turn the vision of VR 3.0 into reality. Pimax Store is the first step for the Pimax content ecosystem. Pimax Store is a pure, professional VR content platform. Pimax's ecosystem and community will become each Pimaxian's bridge between the real world and the virtual world. Every Pimaxian can become an opinion leader in Pimax's virtual world and build a community together. Every Pimaxian can live, work, study, and entertain in the Pimax virtual world. We will introduce high-quality content drawn from the diverse fields and genres. As the pioneer of the Pimax community, the Pimax Store would not only provide high-quality VR content for Pimaxians everywhere, but also launch various promotions to users from time to time to give back to the entire community. The common functional interfaces
Pimax making Apple keynotes now.
Unreal
I've been thinking that this entire
Engine,
time. This very much gives me the vibes of an Apple keynote.
In addition, the personalized function interface.
Dude, this looks like their little summaries at the end of every time they announce like a new Mac product or something like
Beyond
that.
games and entertainment,
Dude, that was
we hope
perfect.
that VR providers can develop more based on Pimax's
Like they always have like those little bubbles, like talking, like
including
summarizing little
healthcare,
things.
education,
And that's exactly what that
communication,
was.
design, cinema, real estate, retail, live events, and theme parks. VR is much more than just about the games. We also sincerely invite developers from all over the world to contact us to promote the development of VR technology. We've prepared a special plan we call the Pioneer Plan that provides many benefits and high level of support and promotion for developers. Regardless of the size of your team, and as long as you have creative content, You are more than welcome to join us. The Pioneer Plan will support worldwide content developers who will make content available in the Pimax store before the end of March 2022. Support methods include funding, technology, localization, marketing, store operation, and more. In particular, we're focused on supporting independent developers. We believe that even a small production team have the opportunity to play fundamental roles in the vast metaverse. We deeply believe in humanity's dream and responsibility for fully immersive virtual reality. Pimax invites VR content creators from all over the world to join us and work with Pimax to participate in this exciting technological revolution.
Hi, I'm Thomas Vandenberg, founder of the aviary and creator of the VR oil painting simulator Vermilion. Vermilion brings a full analog joy of painting into the digital world by immersing you in a virtual studio and offering a rich oil painting experience. I built Vermilion first and foremost for PC VR, which is why I am very excited that it will be one of the first applications to launch on the new Pimax store. Pimax is committed to building cutting-edge PC VR headsets, so it seems only fitting that Vermilion will be part of the store. Just like you, I'm really looking forward to experiencing the new level of immersion that this new generation of VR headsets will bring.
Hey, my name is Jad Shbeeb, and I'm the founder and CEO of MobX Games. You've probably heard about... Oops, just a sec. Sorry about that. The Pimax 8KX makes everything look so real, you forget that you're actually wearing it. Anyways, where was I? All right, my studio makes the game Everslot, which will be among the launch titles of the Pimax store. I don't think there is any better way to experience the awesome graphics of our game than with a Pimax 8KX headset. Let's take a look together. You're looking at Everslot, an action RPG with extraordinary graphics, optimized for a high-end PC VR experience. In Everslot, you traverse an ancient city with randomly generated dungeons and slowly discover the secrets of a long-lost society. On your quest, you will encounter thousands of enemies, find rare loot along the way, upgrade your gear, and level up your skills. But what truly sets it apart from most of the VR games out there,
this does look very incredible.
In your movement and combat. Pimax is constantly pushing PC VR capabilities to their limits.
Dude, this would be impressive in VR just in general, but I can guarantee this will look much better on
especially
Pimax.
with the ultra-wide FOV and a resolution of 4K per eye. It truly teleports you into the world of Everslot and makes you completely forget your surroundings. VR 3.0 is a super exciting vision by Pimax that we are fully behind. I love the idea of naturalness, constantly getting fooled into thinking that you're really there, inside the virtual environment. This is completely in line with the design philosophy behind our games. To sum it up, we're really excited to have Everslot be one of the first titles on the Pimax store. We're also looking forward to try some of the great features of the Pimax SDK, like heart rate and face tracking. We're working closely together with Pimax to make VR 3.0 a reality for everyone.
Hello, my name is Expis from Squirrel Lens. We are a team of 4 persons making Hypersteps, an action puzzle platform game for VR, in which you can create and play your own levels and the ones made by the community. It will release very soon, and we are happy to announce that it will come to the new Pimax store, because after testing Pimax, we needed to do that. We fell in love with their incredible resolution and their massive field of view. Just look at them. We say, why not? It's perfect. Thank you very much.
I'm super excited to have VR video player released on Pimax ecosystem. The fusion of the best video player and the highest resolution Pimax headset is bringing good time for a lot of people. Not only you get the best visual quality of your favorite videos, but you can also enjoy full control of what you see. Get closer to the action at any time, or move around the scene.
I'm curious, how
That's
heavy
what
is this
VR is
headset? Is it
about.
actually be comfortable to wear
And
for
now
that long of a period
you
of
can
time if you're
also
like
enjoy
watching media and stuff?
BioVR streaming platform. Once creators upload their videos on DAO, they will be watched all over the world, no matter where you are. VR worlds get even more connected than ever before, unleashing full potential of this beautiful technology. For the first time, video creators and viewers can meet each other in metaverse. Now, come join us with Pimax to
It will probably be
make
the best
VR
headset you could buy. I have almost no
metaverse
doubt in
come
that.
true.
Thank you. That's
I
it for
am
me.
kind of
Now,
curious
back to
though.
Joshua.
It did look a little bit bulky though. That's kind of my only concern with this headset at the moment. Is if it's going to be fairly heavy.
And now you can see that we've
Maybe
got an
that's just me, but it
exciting
did look
future
just
standing
a
before us
little
for
bit
VR.
bulky.
We have defined VR 3.0.
I mean, quite frankly, I
and
think it
set
has
the
good
rules
reason
for the
to
next
be.
generation of
It's
VR
a very
devices.
impressive headset.
And we're absolutely proud to announce the revolutionary Pimax 12K QLED, a headset which packs incredible features that'll be the key to entering the metaverse. We've also revealed our grand plan for the development of Pimax ecosystem. We welcome and thank from the bottom of our heart all our dedicated developers for creating such a promising future for VR content with Pimax. I know what you've all been waiting for, the price. And here it is. The price for the Reality 12K QLED starts at $23.99.
Q4 of 2022.
Before the holiday season of next year.
Okay.
We are always thinking about new ways we can serve Pimaxians. So we have an
That is
amazing
pretty
offer
pricey.
that will allow
I
our
am not gonna
customers
lie
to
there.
enjoy
That
this
is
boundary-breaking
definitely
new
pricey.
headset. If you own any
They say the
Pimax
AK
headset
Oh, is it
before
really?
this shipping date of next year, you'll be
Okay.
able to receive your full purchase price deducted from the Reality.
That's actually not so
12K
bad then.
QLED
If it's actually that light, then that's actually pretty impressive.
In addition, Pimax original Kickstarter
30%
backers
smaller
can
than the
also
Pimax
stack
8K
their
and the
wireless
batteries on the
coupon
back, so it
and
might not
receive
be
an
that
extra
weight.
$100
I'm not
on top.
like I'm not concerned with the distribution of the weight. I'm just I guess I'm just more concerned how heavy is it going to be overall. I
The new
guess.
Reality 12K QLED. In addition,
'Cause you are right,
Pimax
I do
will
like
be
that they had the
first in
battery on
line
the
for new
back.
device, and the first 3 months of shipping
Was
will be
close.
dedicated
You were
to
definitely
our
close,
Pimaxian
Kessa.
community. We have one more thing for you. The one more thing that we've worked so hard on only to be able to show it to you today. We're going where no one has gone before. That's right. We're going for the Retina Vr Display, the ultimate goal of displays in VR headsets. Once we're past this point, our human eyes can no longer distinguish if an object is in virtual reality or in the real world in front of us. How magnificent is that? Here it is, our most innovative and advanced display technology for VR headsets, the Pimax Fixed
What is
Retina
this?
Display, the FRD. Let's check it out. Whoa, now that is exciting. This is the real future of the VR headset. It's going to be the state-of-the-art, purpose-built display technology for VR headsets. All right, that's all we've got. Thank you for being with us today, and we look forward to seeing you at the next Pimax event. Have a great day.
Is that actually it now? I see there's another minute left.
The
The
final
final
frontier.
frontier.
These are the voyages of the starship Pimax Frontier. Its continuing mission to explore strange new dimensions.
I don't know.
to
What,
seek
Retina
out
displays?
New life and new possibilities.
Is that what you're talking about, Nick?
To go where no one has gone before.
I think that's the end of it. I will say, overall, I was very impressed. Very impressed. It's a pricey headset. I think it's well worth it. I want to see, do they have it up on their website? I want to see if they have like any pictures, any specs on it. What do they have here? I don't see it here. 8K. It was a 12K. What was it called? The Pimax 12K something, right? Where was it? Somewhere along the middle here. Pause that. They had the name somewhere right in the here. I don't remember what it was called. It was the Pimax 12K something, wasn't it? Did I pass it? I think it was before they actually showed it off. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have it on their website. I would have loved to see if they had a little bit more information on it. I will say though, overall, I was very impressed with it. I don't know that I really need to see any pictures of that to validate how I felt about this headset, but I was very impressed. Yeah, they don't have it here on their site, it looks like. They probably won't show it until closer to release, then, if that's the case. Man, that's a little bit disappointing, but it's still very impressive. It's not on the website. Yeah, I didn't think so. 12K QLED. That's what I thought. This headset will fit my game well. I think it'll fit any game well. Like, this is a very impressive headset. I was curious at the end, though. Does that mean that they're saying that this 12K display is was a Retina display? Is that what they were saying here at the end? I think that's what they may have been saying. I don't know that I fully understood what they were going for here at the end with the Retina display. Yeah, that was impressive. They delayed their event, which disappointed me, but I think they definitely earned back how disappointed I was. Man, they don't have a lot of sensors on this too. I am curious as to how well the full body tracking work. It looked too like they had hand tracking. They showed it earlier on over here. It looked like they may have also had hand tracking. I'm curious as to how well that'll work. I'm more curious in the full body tracking. Anybody get how the wireless work? Can it transmit full PC resolution? Let's see if we can find that real quick. They did have, I think, a table at some point showing, because they did state at one point that depending on if you're working on standalone or in PC, and I think they may have mentioned, I think this is it right here. Is this it? Yeah, no, this is native PC VR and standalone VR. I don't know that they said what the refresh rate in FOV would be if you're streaming from PC. I don't know that they said. Unless I missed it. Using one single device. This is what they had said before. So if you're using PC VR, you can get up to 200 degrees FOV, so the full 12K resolution, 200 hertz refresh rate. So you can basically max out with this. I am curious though. I think I recall on their old or on their current Pimax headsets. No, it's 5K to 8K with standalone, up to 150 instead of 200. Yeah. So I mean, something else I remember too is that I believe on the current Pimax headsets, I think it's hidden somewhere on their website, but I believe that you can either choose to go the max out on the refresh rate, or you can choose to max out on the FOV and the resolution. Like you have to choose one or the other. So I'm curious if that's going to be the same even if you're in PC VR mode. I wonder if there's going to be like you have to choose one or the other. Like I wonder if they'll have to force you to decrease FOV if you decide to go all the way to the 200 hertz refresh rate. Which I guess is I guess thinking about what PCs can handle, I guess that's kind of a valid issue to have for this kind of headset. 8K, 5K, 120, 90, 75. I'm curious, why does it say 8K dash 5K? Is it going to depend on the game too? Or I guess whatever application you're running, I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be a game. Skeleton design, razor sharp lines and pure surface. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's pretty impressive. I am overall impressed. I'm also curious too. I don't think they... Oh no, they did say at some point there was a modular device, wasn't there? If you wanted to use like base stations or something like that, I think they showed that at some point. Where was that? I think it was somewhere right here. Lighthouse cover. Yeah, so it looks like there's a... Because it showed that this front faceplate was optional. It looks like you can decide to go either inside out tracked or you could do outside in with lighthouses. I'm curious, those don't look like typical Steam VR stations unless it's just meant to be like a general model there. Yeah, those those don't look quite like Steam VR. Yeah. I'm also curious about these motion controllers. I see they have touchpads on them. I don't know how I feel about that. I think these are used in a couple other VR headsets too, right? These same controllers. I've seen these controllers somewhere before. Unless there was a leak, maybe I saw. I may be wrong. Yeah, but this is really impressive. Like, you could completely deck this thing out. This would be awesome. I think I remember they showed like 3 or 4 like front faceplates that you could swap out. I'm trying to see if I can find the exact point. Where was it? It's got to be somewhere around here, I think. I won't bother finding it. But yeah, it's overall pretty impressive. Time to make some meta-humans talk in VR. Dude, that'd honestly be impressive. Like, you're talking, it can track your full body movement all within that single headset. You don't even need, like, outside stations or anything. Like, that's completely optional now. That is impressive. Even at $2,400. That's still very pricey, but totally worth it, I think. Yeah, I like it. I like the headset. I like it. I don't know about you guys. I'll be watching this. I may see if I can't get it, because that is very impressive. It did kind of feel like they... Oh, here's the point where they showed the different faceplates. Hold on, there it was. So you got a mixed reality cover. You got a cellular 5G cover. Hold on, they went through that really quick. Interact with... Qualcomm. Stay connected anytime, anywhere with Cloud XR. Hold on. Does that mean that you could actually get a cellular plan for this and like wirelessly use this wherever you are? I think I missed that the first time. They're really trying to do like some kind of metaverse headset here. Oh, they're showing a different set of controllers here. These look like more traditional like Oculus Touch controllers. This thing looks really modular. Like it looks like you have a lot of customization on this. Sign me up. I know, this is really impressive. Like, I think at this point, that was 3 different face covers we saw. We saw that the earpieces could be swapped out. You've also got that optional, what is it, Wi-Fi 6E chip that you can throw over the top. That is 2 different... Actually, 3 different methods I've now seen for controlling. Because I did still see at the very beginning they weren't using any motion controller. It was purely their hands. We're now seeing some kind of Oculus Touch controller. We saw those other ones, which I've seen. I just don't remember where I've seen them. I think it was like right here. Yeah, overall pretty impressive. You also got the swappable battery. See, right here they show the Oculus Touch controllers too. Or I guess it's not Oculus Touch, it's probably something different. But it's very reminiscent of the Oculus Touch controllers. That's impressive. This is very impressive. I like it. I'm now just like going through it to see to see if there's anything else that I missed looking at this headset. Deluxe speaker module, yep. Yeah. Overall, really impressive. Yeah, the Wi-Fi 6E. I want to see it decked out fully. I don't know that there's necessarily a way you could deck it out fully. Because you're talking, depending on what you... Like, I mean, I guess it depends on what you would want, right? Because, I mean, one thing that I think any version of the headset probably should have is that Wi-Fi 6E low latency device that they had over the top. I mean, you have two different controllers, which I guess is more just based off your own personal preference. You got 3 different faceplates that are all meant to do something slightly different. I guess I would kind of be curious as to how... Only thing missing is eye adjustment if you have glasses. That is true. That was something I wanted to bring up too, is they have a very large FOV, but for people who wear glasses, we have to keep the headset further off of our face, so we lose some of that vision that most people would get if they don't wear glasses. Even if you're using lenses, so like I have lenses for a couple of my headsets, you still have to keep it raised off your face a little bit, because you still have to make up for where those prescription lenses go. So I kind of wish I could see what it would look like if you were wearing glasses. How would the FOV change? Because this went up to what, 200, right? You probably have to lose off quite a bit, I have to imagine. However, I will say too, these were wider lenses than what we've typically seen. Like, these are particularly wide. Maybe it's not going to matter as much. Yeah, but they definitely didn't talk about how well this would work with glasses. I am definitely curious about that. Because I didn't see any sort of FOV dial. I mean, unless they have something like the Quest where you have like the glasses spacer. But yeah, they really didn't talk about that. That is a very good point, Don. And I don't see anything here about that either. I'm also curious too, the IPD adjustment was shown to be automatic. I wonder how well that'll work if you are wearing glasses too. I don't know. I don't know if that does affect it or not. It may not affect it at all. Yeah. Overall, pretty impressive. I will definitely be keeping a... No, I mean, the Vario can change the eye settings so you don't need glasses. No, like, I get what you meant. Quite frankly, a lot of headsets don't have any sort of, like, prescription lens dial or anything like that. I'm honestly not surprised that that this Pimax headset doesn't have any sort of prescription lens adjustment or anything. I'm disappointed that they don't. But I get that they don't, and I don't know that I would have really expected them to, especially given that this headset is already like $2,400. Is this an NVIDIA only headset? They did mention NVIDIA. They never mentioned AMD. I don't think you're limited to NVIDIA. God, I don't even know what point in the video that would have been. I think it was somewhere around here in this section. I don't know if they said that it was specifically NVIDIA only. But I remember at some point they were talking about how they've worked with other companies to help with to help make sure that the headset works well, and they did specifically call out NVIDIA. So I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to be an NVIDIA only headset, but I honestly can't say for certain. They never said at any point. But yeah, that is the Pimax headset. I don't know that I really have any other thoughts. I'm overall very impressed. Still not overly fond. I don't know that I'm overly fond of these motion controllers, but I'm still very impressed. This is very. Oh no, that's actually 4 covers because they didn't mention the Lighthouse cover. True, maybe my 3080 will be under spec to use this headset if I would buy it. That is true. I am curious as to how well this would work on most. Well, they also had that mini station that you could use. What did they call that? That little mini station that you could use to run PC games, not off of a PC. What was that? Was that earlier on? Let me see here. I think that was before. No, that was after. I think it was after. Yeah, right here. There it is. The Pimax VR station, if it can run off something this small, I have to imagine that any 3000 series cards can run this headset. Because that thing looks really... I'm not sure what the specs are on this thing. I don't entirely know what it is. If it's meant to be like some kind of... If it actually is some kind of PC. They did say it could run PC VR applications without needing to actually have a PC. Yeah, that is true. It will definitely cost several $100s. Yeah, I like this overall. It's a very good looking headset. That thing is amazing. I could sell my PC for this. You know what? That is very true. Who needs a PC? We now have VR headsets that can do everything my PC can. I'm sure DLSS and foveated rendering is making this possible. Oh yeah, they definitely said that the foveated rendering was definitely a huge part of this. They didn't mention any form of DLSS that I can recall, but I imagine that they have to have something going on there. Yeah, I'm impressed. Which are both NVIDIA technologies. That is true. However, I believe, doesn't AMD have their own form of DLSS? I don't think it works as well as NVIDIA's. However, we also have to remember this Pimax headset has its own dedicated chip as well. Well, so that could also be picking up some of the extra work that maybe most PCs can't. Let me see here. They showed it at some point. I may be missing it. Yeah. Overall, I'm pretty impressed. It doesn't come out till next year, so I guess it won't be until next year until we'll know exactly how good it is at doing it split rendering. Maybe. I don't know. I honestly can't say for certain. Let me see if I can find... Because they did mention that that has internal chips here, and they seem to imply... Let me see here. Customize PC VR engine, standalone VR headset. Yeah, I honestly can't say for certain how the internals will run. I'm definitely curious, though. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. The XR2? Well, I don't know. Let me see. Because I know the XR2 is for standalone, but they were talking about this PC VR engine here, and they've shown it several times throughout that it's some kind of chip that seems to be attached to the headset. Which makes me kind of curious as to what this is, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, I think this headset looks pretty amazing. I guess we'll have to wait until it's mentioned on your screen. Yeah. I had to take that off. That's getting hot. All right. The XR2 is handling the image processing while using PC games. Okay. Probably upres. Yeah, I don't know, cause Yeah, I image upresing. Yeah. Because I remember at some point they did more specifically talk about these two chips, and that it does seem that it is using some sort of upresing. But yeah, would be interesting what this mini PC can do for the device and how much it will cost. Yeah, they didn't mention anything about that low. I still can't remember what it's called. But yeah, the Pimax VR station. I imagine this has to be pretty pricey though too. They said it has to be running PC VR applications. It's got to be pretty pricey still. I don't know that it's going to be like $2,400 pricey, but it will definitely still be pricey. Yeah. Says split rendering right there. Did it? Oh, it does say split rendering. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I like completely passed over that. Yeah, so it does say split rendering. So it does do split rendering. If it's good, it will be more than $1,000. You're talking about the VR station. Yeah. I don't know that it'll... Yeah, I'm sorry, Garrett. I'm like wiped out. I wasn't even paying attention. I guess I'd completely passed over where it said it did split rendering over here. Yeah, that is pretty impressive. All right. Yeah, overall, pretty impressed. Pretty impressed. I don't want to say it will be a fantastic headset. I quite frankly don't want to be until it's actually finally out, because a lot can happen between this presentation and them actually releasing the headset. But yeah, this overall looks very impressive. No, you're good. Yeah. Yeah, no, this headset is really impressive. I am curious though. I still don't see this as quite a Quest competitor though, just because it is still so pricey. I still feel like the Quest is going to be the most popular headset for a long time, But this is definitely making some... This headset is definitely very impressive. I like this headset a lot. Don't hold your breath for HTC. That ship is sinking. Oh, I know. I don't know if you were here, but I watched the Vive Flow event. I was not impressed, to put it lightly. Yeah, HTC has not been impressing lately, I don't think. Say Pimax is not too reliable, so we have to see if it's true. Really? Yeah, I've never owned a Pimax headset myself. I've only seen what other people have said on it. So I haven't heard anything about reliability. However, I don't know that many people really daily drive a Pimax. I may be wrong, but I haven't known many people who daily drive a Pimax even if they have one. So, I mean, this is a completely new headset too, so maybe the ones that they have right now aren't reliable, but maybe this one is. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. The only time will tell. We'll have to wait for this headset to release. All right. Yeah. I think I'm going to call this stream here for today. I thank you all for being here with me. The overpromise before on the overprom. Oh, did they overpromise? Oh, I did not know that. Oh, starting to make this headset look a little bit less promising. If they did overpromise before, yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason too why I'm a little bit hesitant that they said a year. And that's part of the reason why I'm saying I'm a little bit hesitant to say that this will be a good headset, is because that's a year. If they already have some of this technology going, why are they waiting a year? I'm not like I'm sure that they could have valid reasons for waiting a year for this headset, to finally release this. But I mean, who knows what's really going on? Yeah. I'm gonna go on to end the stream here. I'd probably end up talking about this forever if I kept going. But yeah, thank you all for being here. I did enjoy watching this with all you guys. And yeah, hopefully I will see you guys all later on in future streams. So yeah, have a good one, guys. Also, they mentioned previous ones feel a bit like prototype. I have no doubt about that, Don, but yeah, I mean, this is a lot of hardware that we don't see in a lot of headsets. So, I mean, I would not be surprised if it feels a little bit like a prototype. I don't know that would be what puts me away from it. Yeah.